Hello and welcome to this review, this 7:30 a.m. review of Kentucky Gold, Kentucky Blended Whiskey. Okay, I want to thank the Kansas City Southern Railroad for doing that. Blended and bottled in Kentucky by Quality Control Distilling Company, Bardstown, Nelson County, Kentucky. Okie doke. I bought this in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Don't think it cost a lot. There's a barrel hanging from two chains, and it's got the tap open, and the Kentucky Gold whiskey is leaking out. See that? I bought this in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and on Louisiana Highway 30, eastbound. I think this was introduced in 1992. There's also a Kentucky Gold bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. Same label, just says straight bourbon whiskey. Now notice it doesn't say distilled in Kentucky, but I believe if it says Kentucky, and that's the Tax and Trade Bureau regulations, it has to be distilled there because you have to give a distillery designation. Okay, so like if it says American blended whiskey, and it says bottled in Kentucky or bottled in Missouri, that means it wasn't distilled there. But there's no other distillation location here, so it's a 100% Kentucky product. Well, there's the Heaven Hill label on the back. A distinctive blend, the character and taste a connoisseur desires and expects. Choice blended whiskey, 80-20 blend. Age 36 months. This is the first video review. First video review for this product in the world. Bet you wish you lived next to some transfer tracks. You know what I mean? It's like a little area where they got the eastbound and the westbound come together, and then they'll drop stuff off, and another train will come pick it up. Okay. Now they're saying a choice blend. A connoisseur desires and expects something like this. Okay. Now I have the T.W. Samuels, and it has that same logo on the background, on the back, and that is Heaven Hill. Okay, I know it's Heaven Hill because I looked on their website and they list it under their product specifications. All right, yeah, it's more like Kentucky Amber than Gold, tell you the truth. They're probably using 20% Heaven Hill straight Kentucky bourbon and 80% grain neutral spirits. And I was watching a video from Heaven Hill, and they were saying, like, they were asking the guy, what do you do if some of the whiskey is a little off or doesn't come out right? He said, oh, we just use that in our blended whiskey. He started laughing. They don't waste it. All right, so let's go with the aroma. And then they'll probably start making the power equipment noise, I'm sure. They like to do that. A compressed air fixation. I can taste it on my tongue, just the fumes, okay? It's a little nutty. Alcohol, sweetness, caramel, dried fruit, dried fruit cake fruit, the sugared candied fruit, and the dried flowers, which I've often remarked about. It seems to have that. Honestly though, and a little sourdough. It's probably using sour mash Kentucky straight bourbon. Honestly, it's just kind of ordinary. I didn't pay $3.99, I believe that's what it was years ago, a couple of years ago, to get something like deeply speculative gourmet, ultra gourmet. I mean, it's about $8 a bottle for the regular size bottle, and that's about what you're going to get. But it may not be terrible, so let's check it out. And I intend to put it in taste challenges with the others. And I have some other blended whiskeys coming up over the next year or two. King Square, T.W. Samuels, 75 South, Bellows Blended Whiskey, and Bellows Club Whiskey. And I believe those are all the ones I have. There may be one I'm missing, but I think that's it. It's just corn liquor. It tastes like corn distillate. Little faint hints of other things I described in the aroma. It's no better or worse than those other blended whiskeys I bought. I may buy some more, like I can think of a few little off-the-wall brands I've heard of. Oh, I have Old Camp. I forgot I have Old Camp, which is kind of expensive. It's like $20 a bottle at Walmart. But they're all kind of like the same. I can't think of one that stands out above the others. I mean, the Seagram 7 Crown was a little bit better and deep and rich in the flavor than the others. I even did a taste challenge with that against the McCormick, and it was close, but I could kind of pick it out. But these are all kind of ho-hum type items. Are they bad? Did it taste horrible, awful? Like rot gut, people would say, nah, they don't taste bad. Little nuttiness, nutshell, nut oil. But they don't taste like a whole lot, okay? I find the Canadian blended whiskeys are richer and more enjoyable in the flavor. And I find that the blended Scotch whiskeys and Irish whiskeys are more enjoyable and flavorful. I'm not saying they have more depth of flavor, because they got a lot of filler too, that grain whiskey, that corn distillate. That's kind of like their filler. So if you're looking for depth of flavor, you're going to you'll get a single malt Scotch whiskey or a straight bourbon whiskey, okay? So in something like this, the flavor's all in the periphery, because the bulk of it, the 80% of it, is just pretty neutral. And that's how they're designed. And like Sazerac says on their website, these are for the value-conscious consumer, and that's what they're made for. In other words, they're cheap. There's no dancing around it or tiptoeing around it, right? People buy blended Scotch whiskey like, I don't mean, you know, you can get some that are very expensive, but J.W. Dance, Clan McGregor, they buy it because it's cheap. They buy Albertsons Canadian whiskey or Caliber Canadian whiskey or Winn-Dixie Canadian whiskey because it's cheap, okay? Or Canadian Limited or Canadian Club. That's why they buy it. So would I buy this again? I mean, I would if I was a person that bought blended whiskey to drink. But I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't buy it for that. I review them. Then I drink them down to get rid of the bottles. But to say I would just buy it to drink, I don't think I would do that. But it's sort of like non-applicable to me, because I'm buying all of these brands, whatever they are, anything of all the things I described, just to taste them and compare them. So this one is neither good nor bad as far as the class. It's fine in its class. What I mean is it's not remarkable, and it doesn't stand out in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It has a different label. You can tick it off and say, I tried Kentucky Gold once. That's about it. So that's how you got to look at these things. They are what they are. So thanks for watching this video. Do I expect the T.W. Samuels to be any different than this? Not really. They are what they are. All right, thanks for watching this video production. Y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.